So, welcome to a special She Hub Live. I am Carla Zuo, and I am honored to have with me today Mrs. Karen Grant Simmons, who is the president of the Bermuda Nurses Association. Now, May is a very important month for nurses, as it is Nurses Month. So, first of all, a warm She Hub welcome to you, Mrs. Simmons. How are you?
Thank you very much. And I'm humbled and privileged to be here because May, as you said, is a very special month for nurses.
Now, tell us why it's so special.
That for May 12th, it is Florence Nightingale's birthday. So we honor that every year as International Nurses Day. But we celebrate the entire month of May.
Now, what types of things is the Nurses Association going to be doing this year?
Well, we have a brunch coming up on the 7th of May. On the 6th is a church service at Rockaway Seventh-day Adventist Church to open for the month. The brunch is exciting. We also have varying presentations, how to promote your mental health. We have the International Proclamation on May 12th, and we also have a candlelight ceremony at the end of the month to honor nurses that have passed on, those trailblazers that have paved the way for us.
And isn't there supposed to be a golf tournament as
That's
well?
what I was looking for, the flyer. That is really exciting. Gals, golfing, and giving back. The 3G golf tournament on the 21st of May. Come with your
No,
teams, $130 each, 4 persons per team at the Belmont Golf Course. And we are looking forward to that because
when
part of the sponsorship, part of it is for nurses sponsorship. The other half will go to the Hayward Caesar Orphanage over in Kenya.
now, how many women are you expecting? Can women still register to enter?
Of course. And they can go on the BNA website, www.bna.bn.
Now, I wanted to talk to you about, nursing, just overall, because from a child, you see a nurse, and well, I'm a child of a particular age, and so when I was growing up, the nurses had on the white hats, and they are those cute ladies. But what drew you into wanting to become a nurse?
I believe I was meant to be a nurse because I always enjoy assisting, helping others. From I was younger, I can remember we had a young man at church who was paralyzed. I would be escorting him, transporting him around the churchyard, out to the bus stop for him to get into the bus. Then he would be going to the Sir John Goulding Rehabilitation Center. When I went to high school, I would be the first one to be taking students to the sick bay if they were ill. I didn't recognize then that I was being observed. When I was graduating, I received an award for responsibility and helpfulness. So I believe it is just my calling, it is just my life to be a nurse.
Now, some people say, with nurses, you have to deal with gory things like, blood and all of that. Is that a necessary part of nursing?
Well, we can argue it's a necessary part of nursing, but there are other areas that you don't have to deal with blood. You can become nurse educator. You will mainly be in the classroom as a teacher. You can also be travel nurse that work on the ship, on the plane. So there are varying other aspects of nursing that you don't face blood every day. Even psychiatric nursing, you don't deal with blood every day.
No, what are some characteristics? I mean, you talked about when you were growing up, how you love to help others and assist, but what are some core characteristics that you think a nurse should possess?
Have to be compassionate, empathetic, understanding a critical thinker, have to be able to think outside the box. What is going on? Could it be this? I have to rule out that. Also, for nurses, utilizing a non judgmental approach, able to build a therapeutic relationship with your client. But one of the most things is compassion and empathy. That's very much essential.
Now, for years, recent years, there's been this discussion about not only a nursing shortage in Bermuda, but a nursing shortage worldwide. Let's talk about Bermuda. Does that still exist?
Yes, because last year we lost 110 nurses on the island of Bermuda. And since the pandemic globally, we are losing 3 out of 5 nurses. There's a drastic shortage everywhere.
Now, why is that, do you think, or what have trends indicated?
I think the pandemic made it worse. Before there was shortage, but since the pandemic, it has gotten even worse. Another challenge is that persons are going into travel nursing
Mhm.
because you work a lot more within what you work in 3 months. Somebody else might be working in a year or 6 months. So a lot of nurses are leaving the bedside, going into travel nursing. So that's another challenge.
And so, in the Bermudian context, have you seen an increase, though, of the younger nurses coming in, or are those numbers that still want to be bolstered?
That number still want to be bolstered. So what we try to do is go to schools when they're having career days. You have the Bermuda College Science Fair that we will participate in. The media is also helping us, like the Bermuda Broadcasting Corporation. They put out a video showing what nursing entails, how can persons get scholarship to enter the profession. Also on Magic 102, we have Beverly Howell that will help to promote and highlight Nurses Month in May.
Now, I watched a young lady who's recently become an RN. She did a bulk of her education in Bermuda. And that wasn't always the case historically. Has that helped to recruit more Bermudians into nursing?
Definitely, definitely. Having the associate degree nursing program at Bermuda College has really helped locally
Now,
because
what
not many persons can cope to go away from their family for a prolonged period of time.
Now, what about the male nurses? I remember when I had my children between 2006 and 2001 and 2009, there was always this one male nurse in the maternity ward. Are we seeing more male nurses, or I know that they are the minority in the industry, but are they increasing in numbers?
Yes, we still have male nurses, even at Bermuda College. Here at in psychiatry, we have gotten a number of male nurses. So I'm happy to see more.
Now, you talked about the golf tournament partially aiding the scholarships. What are scholarship opportunities in Bermuda for aspiring nurses?
There are various scholarship workforce development. Bermuda Hospitals Board, for example, you can get 90,000, 80 to $90,000 if you want to pursue the psychiatric nursing course in Northampton over in the UK after completing the associate degree. The Bermuda Nurses Association also has sponsorship. So I don't think we are short of scholarships here in Bermuda.
Now, you talked about the different things that the BNA does as outreach. Do you feel that it's working?
Thus far, but as I said, we have to try and entice more persons to the nursing profession. And as I said, unfortunately, the pandemic has not helped because Bermuda used to be one of the top paying areas, but now there's a lot more competition because of the pandemic, like with the US and other areas.